as I expected.
村に一人で置いてきてしまって本当に大丈夫なんでしょうか。
一人になりたいのでしょう。考えることはたくさんあるはずだわ。
あの人も自分がハーフエルフだから苦しんでるんだな。
そうね。でも彼女があの生き方を選んだのはハーフエルフだからではないわ。
そうかな。
そうよ。父親である教皇に愛してもらいたかったからプレセアの実験に加担した。それを血のせいにするのは 卑怯だわ。
確かにその通りだけど、ちょっとかわいそうだって俺は思うよ。
甘いわね。いいえ、その甘さがあなたらしさなのかもしれないわね。
This is good. That'd be cake.
Here we go! Rising belt! Lightning blaze!
Holy lance! So that's the weakness.
Hellfire!
Healing circle!
Demonic circle!
We won.
This is gonna be cake.
Okay. Demon Convergence! Hellfire! That was so easy!
This is gonna be cake.
Lightning Blade!
Do not bother us.
This is gonna be a
Since Shadow's the summoned spirit of darkness, the opposite of that would be the summoned spirit of light, right?
Yeah, but why do you ask?
Well, Luna was saying she wanted us to bring Asuka, so...
Yes. Considering the time we'll need to spend to find Asuka, we should save the summoned spirit of light for last.
I wonder why Asuka left the Guardian Tower of Mana.
He probably just ran away to find some chicks.
You're confusing him with yourself, Zelos. Anyway, here we go.
Mythos. We're doing the same thing that the legendary hero once did.
I am Sheena. I ask that thou annulst thy pact with Mythos and establish a new pact with me.
He's coming.
Show your strength.
Here we go! Double Demon Fang! Tiger Super Laser Blade!
Holy Lance! Force Field!
You ready?
Come on! Take!
Ready.
Circle!
No way! Demon Spear!
Ready? Acuteness!
Demonic Circle! Rising Falcon! No way!
Serpent Seal Pinion!
Ready?
Healing Circle!
Sonic Drop! Rising Falcon! First aid!
Help is on the way.
Healing Circle!
Rising Falcon! No way!
Revitalize!
Love ya.
Oh yeah!
Ready? Healing Circle!
Demon Fang!
New pact.
Man, I rule! I'm so cool!
You don't waste any words, do you? For the sake of creating a place in which the two worlds must no longer sacrifice one another, I ask that you lend me your power.
Agreed.
Now all we need to do is form the pact with the summoned spirit of light and we can sever another mana link. Alright, we're counting on you for the next one too, Sheena.
You got it!
と暗いところで目がおかしくなっちまった。
早くお日様が見たいね。
なんでテセアラの封印の方はこんなに厄介なものが多いんだよ。
ロイド。
先生また遺跡モード？
ロイド、授業は不真面目なのにいつも着眼点がいい。お前は考古学者の素質がある。なんだその嫌そうな顔は。考古学はいいぞ。ロイド、この闇の神殿はテセアラの中でも遺跡としての形状を残している稀有なものなのだ。テセアラの方が封印解放が困難かもしれぬという検証にはもってこい。
逃げろコレット。
ああ、待て二人とも。
暗闇ビーム面白かったな。
そうか？真っ暗になるばっかでちっとも楽しくないよ。
バカだなロイド君は。
なんでだよ。
暗闇はいいぞ。女の子と大接近できる絶好のチャンスじゃないか。
は？
あんなことやこんなこともやりたい放題。つかむしょやり放題。
おーいシーナ、さっきシーナのケツ触ったのゼロスだってよ。
なんだって？
いやー待って誤解だ。俺様まだ触ってないだろ。うわー
あと少しで世界はクルシスのくさびから解放されるのね。
そしたら世界はどうなるんだろう。
世界がバラバラになっちまうんだろ。いいんじゃねえの。今より状況が悪くなるとも思えねえし。
あんたどうしてそんなに気楽でいられるんだよ。気にならないのかい？バラバラになった後の世界のこと。
そうだな。どうせだったら俺様はキュートなハニーたちがたくさんいる方が。あいだ！
あんたに聞いた私がバカだったよ。
闘技場と牢屋がつながっていたとはな。リーガル様々だぜ。
それを知っているのは恥ずべきことだ。
まあでもそのおかげでケイトを助けられたんだし、いいじゃないか。
テセアラヒロシといえども、社交界と経済界と牢獄に通じている貴族はあんたしかいないね。
こらゼロス、いい加減にしな。
まさに恥ずべきことだ。
寂しくないのでしょうか。
どうして？
同じ光の精霊なのにアスカは世界中を飛び回っていてルナの元へ帰ってこなかったから。
信頼し合ってるのかもしれないよ。
信頼ですか？
お互いがお互いのことを認め合っているから、遠く離れていても心のどこかがつながっているんじゃないかな。
信頼、信じること。私、考えてみます。信頼について。
掛けが全て解除されている。
ここは私たちが以前着いた時に仕掛けを解除したのよ。
それでもまたいちいち登っていくのめんどくさいよな。
しょうがないでしょ。レアバードを最上階に乗り付けるわけにもいかないし。
それにしてもパッと行くとかあってもいいんじゃないか。
パッと行く？
なんだそれは。
いや、なんでもない。
Stop! Kratos, don't get in our way! Hear me out. The Darius Karlon core system just finished calculating its answer. If you form the pact with a summoned spirit, the protection around the Great Seed will be completely lost.
And that's exactly what we desire.
Don't you understand? What you're hoping for will not happen.
Silence! Do you think we'll pass up this opportunity? Lloyd! Leave him to me. Go now. Form the pact with the summoned spirit of light. This is it. The protection around the Great Seed will finally fall after this pact.
We're counting on you, Sheena.
You got it. I am Sheena. I ask that thou annulst thy pact with Mythos, and establish a new pact with me.
Where is Asuka?
He'll come. He promised.
I see. Then all is well. I shall test thy worthiness to wield my power. Show me thy true strength.
Here we go! Victory Light Spear! Tiger Blade! Super Lightning Blade!
Fire Seal!
Don't run! Come on!
Get ready!
Tiger!
Ready! No time!
Guardian!
Ready? Field Barrier! No way! Ready?
Demonic
Field
Energy!
Seal! Fire Seal! Ready? Full time! No! check it with light!
Healing circle! Serpent Fierce force seal! Power serpent seal pinion!
Here we go! Ready for this?
Tiger super lightning fire seal!
You ready?
Ready for this? First stage!
No way! Nurse!
Let us create a new pact.
Lloyd, you need to remember that enemy's weakness.
Oh man, you're making me study here too?
Thou art powerful. Now state thy vow upon which thou wilt base our pact.
I vow to germinate the great seed in order to realize the true regeneration of both worlds.
We accept thy vow. Our power is thine.
You did it! No!
What's happening?
Oh my god.
Is that the giant Carlon tree? That person. I feel like I've met her somewhere before.
Martel!
Martel? That woman about to be consumed by the tree is Martel?
She reminds me of someone. She reminds me of...
Why would Martel reappear with that giant grotesque tree? I was afraid this would happen.
What do you mean?
Having lost the stability afforded by the protection of the summoned spirits, the Great Seed has gone out of control.
No! The purpose of the summoned spirits was to isolate the Great Seed from the outside world and prevent it from growing.
That was only half of it. The two worlds were forced out of phase by Yggdrasil. They should have drifted apart from each other and have been consumed by the void. But this was prevented from happening because the Great Seed was placed in the center between the two worlds.
I don't need a lecture from you to know that.
The Great Seed is constantly being pulled upon from both worlds as they try to separate from one another. It's a miracle that this delicate balance held up for even this long.
Wait, so the mana link served as a cage to contain the Great Seed in the space between the two worlds? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And because you provided the unstable Great Seed with mana, it germinated in a twisted form and has gone out of control. It's even engulfed Martel.
Who cares why this happened? I want to know what's gonna happen if we can't stop this thing.
If what Kratos says is true, then Silverant will be consumed and destroyed by the Great Seed. And if Silverant is destroyed, Tetheala will be destroyed as well, as it is linked by the holy ground of Karlan and the otherworldly gate.
Then, everyone will die.
Everyone, except that twisted tree, and the angels that live on Darius Karlan.
We have to do something!
What can we do?
Ewan, how do you plan to rectify this situation?
We can cut off the mana flow and stop the seed from receiving any more mana.
But that won't subdue the giant tree. The process has already begun.
Is the giant tree going crazy like that in Tetheala too?
Highly unlikely. Although I imagine they are feeling some effects, such as earthquakes.
That makes sense. Because Colette activated the process of world regeneration, the summoned spirits of Silverant are now active. Therefore, the giant tree was drawn over here by Silverant's summoned spirits.
Correct. The summoned spirits exchange their respective roles of yin and yang each time a chosen's quest for world regeneration succeeds. Currently, the summoned spirits of Silverant are carrying out the role of yang by providing the mana. But because the giant tree has overabsorbed Silverant's mana, it has gone out of control.
If that's the case, couldn't we neutralize it? By blasting it with the power of the opposing summoned spirits?
Whoa, Lloyd! You actually understood what we were talking about?
Shut it, Janus. Professor once said that the negative and positive of a magnet neutralize each other. This is kind of the same thing, right?
That's not quite right, Lloyd. But nonetheless, it's a clever idea coming from you.
Even if we did decide to try and set the summoned spirits of Tetheala against it, how are we gonna go about doing that? We can't get close to that crazy thing the way it is now.
The mana cannon.
Mana cannon? That machine Rodile was building?
We were actually manipulating Rodile into building that. Before the mana link started to disappear, we planned to have Rodile destroy the Tower of Salvation.
So you're suggesting we feed the mana of Tetheala's summoned spirits into the mana cannon and fire it at the giant tree? I suppose there's no better option right now.
First, we need to shut off the current flow of mana to the tree. It'll be too late if the tree grows any larger.
Then here's the plan. Ewan, I'm going to pretend I don't know who you've been working with or what you've been doing. In exchange, you're going to order the renegades to stop firing mana at the tree immediately. Meanwhile, Lloyd's group will head for the mana cannon.
All right.
It's not possible, sir. Vorsistis has executed our Asalia Ranch infiltration team.
What does that mean?
The Asalia Ranch is still operational. We had people working undercover switch over the mana flow.
In other words, we have to infiltrate the place right now and stop the flow.
Then I shall go.
You? Are you suggesting we should send you, our enemy, to do this by yourself?
I'll send some of my men.
Preparations for the mana cannon, the shutdown of the mana reactors throughout the world. There are too many things we need the renegades to do. You don't have enough troops to do everything.
I'll go.
Wait, what are you saying? We have to head for the mana cannon.
You and the renegades can take care of the mana cannon. Kratos and the rest of us will infiltrate the Asalia Ranch. Fire the mana cannon when we give you the word. You wouldn't be able to trust the signal if it came from Kratos alone, right?
Well, that's true, but...
Is it about Chocolat?
That's right. Chocolat is held at the Asalia Ranch. Lloyd, you remembered your promise.
All right, we'll leave it to you then. Don't let us down.
Let's go, guys.
たあんたとこうやって一緒に戦うとはな。
深いか？
卑屈だな。もちろん手放して喜んじゃいないし、信用してるわけでもないぜ。
そうだ、それでいい。私とお前は敵同士なのだからな。
This is gonna be cake.
Not even a contest.
Chocolat!
Don't move! So you're the intruders! The host bodies made a break for it when they heard you were here. You'll pay for this! You!
So, you like kicking people around, huh? Well, now it's payback time.
Here goes. And I regret this!
Demonic
Take this!
That was just warming up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are there any others here?
I think the people in the other rooms managed to get away already.
We'll make sure they make it out safely.
Thanks. And I'll see to shutting down that mana reactor.
Let's get going.
If you don't want to be saved by me, just consider yourself rescued by the Chosen. Now hurry and go!
Blame your fate.
Gonna regret this! Holy Lance! Understood.
No way! Super lightning blade!
Burn! Raging mist! Understood.
To inferior beings?
Alright!
Don't get too comfortable.
No way!
Get him!
Hey! Lightning blade!
Work!
Ready? Sonic thrust!
Gravity well!
No way!
That was just warming up.
That's as far as you go.
You're... Forcestus!
Well, well, so you remember me. Looks like it was a mistake to have let you live. I guess I'll have to take care of you personally.
So, you're Forcestus. If death is what you seek, you shall have it.
Tough talk from a human. You're the one who's going to die, along with this tainted world.
Even if the world is lost, you can escape to Darius Carmon. Is that what you're thinking? How naive.
What did you say?
The Zions are nothing but expendable pawns to Yggdrasil. He'd never bother to save you.
Silence! How dare you speak ill of Lord Yggdrasil? We have Darius Carlon. It is a world of mana, the very source of life. The destruction of this tainted world is of no concern to us.
What twisted logic. Is this Crucius's idea?
Lord Yggdrasil's orders are absolute.
Because Martell is fused with the Great Seed. Are you saying that fool would go this far just to protect her?
You speak as if you know him. Who are you?
We don't have time to be goofing around with this idiot! Let's go, Lloyd!
I know! You will not get past me! Inferior beings deserve to perish.
I'm counting on you guys. Here we go!
You ready?
Tiger Blade!
Demon Fang!
Holy Lance! Ground Dasher! I got it! Burn! Eruption!
Right now! Take! Ready? Shield barrier! Tiger Blade!
Don't overdo it.
Ready?
Air thrust!
Get him!
Don't overdo it.
Demonic circle! Ready? Air thrust!
Get him! Red!
Take!
Don't overdo it.
Healing circle!
Take! Demonic circle! Ready? Air thrust! Take! Take!
We crow.
Get him!
Understood.
Wanna charge? Thunderblade!
Take!
Ready?
No way!
Holy Lance!
Demon Hurricane Super Lightning Blade!
Take! Ready?
Tiger Blade!
Cyclone!
Sonic
Don't
Work.
get him! Red!
Take! Demonic circle! Take! Pretty good!
Don't get hurt!
Air blade!
Force!
Demonic circle!
Pancake
Don't
time!
overdo it.
Stalagmite!
Time to fly!
Don't get in my way!
Take! Demonic circle!
How could I lose? But he's inferior.
Lloyd, you need to remember that enemy's weakness.
Oh man, you're making me study here too?
No! Impossible! Oh!
Now we can stop the mana reactor. I don't have a clue what any of this stuff does.
I'll handle this.
You sure are handy with everything. Swordsmanship, magic, even operating machines.
I've lived a little longer than most humans.
Lived longer? So you're a half-elf too? But then again, he called you human earlier.
Focus on what's important. We must stop the giant tree.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're safe.
Yeah, all we need to do now is contact Sheena and...
You will do no such thing.
No.
I am one of the 5 Grand Cardinals. I won't die so easily. I'm taking all of you inferior beings with me.
So, this is how the great Dasean hero Forcestus meets his end. I'm disappointed.
I see. I get it now. I wondered how a mere human could exude the smell of mana. You're Kratos.
What of it?
Lord Yggdrasil trusted you, yet in the end you betray us. This is why humans can never be trusted.
No! You bastard!
Lord Yggdrasil, glory to the new age of half-elves.
Colette, are you okay? What's that?
No! Don't look! Don't look at me!
Lloyd, send the message, quickly.
But Colette...
The Chosen won't die yet, but if you don't hurry, this world will.
All right.
Signal. Disciple of everlasting ice. Hammer of godly thunder. Servant of Mother Earth. Envoy from the dark abyss. I command thee! Gatherest before me and unleash thine power! Okay, guys, I'm counting on you. Fire mana cannon!
You mustn't get up.
What was that cry?
Martel, I would assume. The out-of-control Great Seed is Martel herself.
I wonder...
The Great Seed is once again bound in the holy ground of Karlan. For that, I owe you my gratitude. Thank you. It seems that you have managed to save the Great Seed as well as this world.
If the Great Seed is intact, then I presume Martel, who's fused with it, is safe as well?
I'm sure that's good news for you. I wish I could say the same for me.
Colette, it looks like things have settled down.
It's gross, isn't it? It's disgusting, isn't it? It's...
It's not at all.
Stay away! Don't look at me!
Colette!
It's okay, she just fainted. Let's take her back to the village.
To Iselia? But Lloyd and I were banished.
Colette's home is in Iselia. Besides, we can't just leave behind the people who were held at the ranch.
All right, let's go to Iselia.
Then I'll notify Sheena to meet you at Iselia. Farewell for now.
I see. So the angels of Crucius were really half-elves.
Please don't tell anyone about this. We don't want to start a panic.
Indeed. Especially now that the Tower of Salvation is gone. I wouldn't dare tell people the truth.
Tower of Salvation is gone?
After that frightening earthquake, the tower disappeared from the eastern sky, along with that monstrosity.
How could it disappear?
I don't know. The Chosen never completed the ritual of regeneration. The Crucius core system, which controls the appearance of the tower, may have malfunctioned. It is of little consequence.
No, it's not. It's a tremendous shock to the people of Silverant. After a giant earthquake sunders the land, the symbol of salvation vanishes. The Chosen will be held responsible.
Why? Lots of other Chosen have failed up till now, too.
The others have paid for their failure with their lives. But Colette is still alive.
When people are suffering, they feel the need to place the blame on someone.
It is not fair to Colette.
I'm gonna go see what's going on in the village.
I'll go too.
Let's all go together then. Sounds like it's a bit sketchy for you to be walking around by yourself.
I'll stay here. Go on.
よかったな、ジーニアス。村のみんなに理解してもらえて。
でも、村長は。
ああいうバカはほっとけって。
頭の固い人はどこにだっているわ。少しずつ私たちが周りを変えていくしかないのよ。
じゃあイセリアは小さな第一歩ってとこだな。
私にとっては大きな前進よ。
え、なんて言ったの？
なんでもないわ。
魔剣ネビリムか。なんかおっかない剣だな。
これを集めて封印するなんて、アビシオンさんって偉いんだね。
あれ、どうしたんだプレセア。
何か嫌な音がします。聞こえませんか？
私には何も。
コレットに聞こえないなら気のせいだろ。
そうですね。きっと空耳です。
Lloyd! Dad! How have you been? Were you affected by the earthquake?
This area is on top of hard bedrock. Everything is fine.
Dirk, we are here by the request of Colette's family. They wish for you to help her.
I'm afraid even if Crucius crystals are an evolved form of X-Sphere, I still don't know the first thing about them. It'd be a better idea to ask a dwarf over in that Tethayala place.
Oh, so even you don't know anything about these?
I'm sorry I couldn't be of help. At least stay here for the night to get some rest.
I must politely decline.
Alright.
Wait, are you really going back to Crucius?
I am an angel of Crucius.
Then why didn't you follow Yggdrasil's orders to leave the Great Seed alone?
I have my reasons, that's all. But as a result, Martel was not lost. That goes along with Yggdrasil's wishes.
It's true then. You really are our enemy.
Lloyd.
What?
If you want to save the Chosen, you should research the records from the ancient Karlon War. Remember the words of the unicorn at Lake Umasi.
Wait, why are you with Crucius when you're a human? What is he trying to do?
Hey, wasn't that Kratos just now?
Sheena! Yeah, he returned to Crucius.
I see. So he really is our enemy.
Yeah. But anyway, welcome back.
Thanks. Thank goodness we stopped the giant tree.
Yeah.
Lloyd, I feel like I'm starting to hate humans more and more.
I'm sorry, Genus.
You don't have to apologize, Lloyd. I like you, as well as the people of Ysalia. It's just that when I think about how there are lots of people who think just like the mayor...
I remember a lesson where the professor said that words exist in order for people to understand one another.
What do you do about people who don't want to understand?
Genus.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to take it out on you. Don't worry about it. Lloyd? You don't... What?
Genus.
This whole time, Colette hid her suffering deep in her heart, and always kept a smile on her face.
Yeah, and once again, I failed to notice.
She is a courageous girl. It takes tremendous strength to smile no matter how dire the situation.
Colette hides her suffering too much. It's okay for her to let her true feelings show.
She knows the power that words possess.
Power of words?
Your will manifests itself in the words you speak, whether they be curses or words of joy. The soul of those words yields power.
I get it. Okay, and I'm gonna say it out loud right now. I will save Colette and both worlds.
This area resembles Ozette.
Yeah, this entire area is surrounded by a forest.
Lloyd, I heard about Chocolat.
And about Marble?
Yes, and other things as well.
Were you hurt by Chocolat's hatred towards you?
Well, yeah. It's definitely painful when someone hates you, even if I deserved it.
I see.
But I'm going to do everything I can to make up for it. Even if I don't ever make up for it completely.
Even if she never forgives you?
Whether or not you're forgiven isn't important. It's the effort that matters. At least, that's what I think.
I bet you lived a crappy, hard life so far, huh?
Gee, you sure know how to cheer someone up, don't you?
Well, don't worry about it too much. So now what? Aren't you at your wit's end right about now?
Why do you say that?
The giant tree, which we thought was all good, goes nuts. Our cute little Colette comes down with some funky cold. It's just human nature to start getting tired of it all.
I'm never gonna give up. If I quit, I'll never be able to face all the people who've suffered because of what I've done. So I'm gonna fight to the very end. I can't give up.
Hot-headed and stubborn as hell. Well, but I guess that's what I dig about you.
The problem is what to do now. We need to know how the two worlds were forced apart before we can figure out a way to save them.
How the worlds were forced apart. I wonder about that too, but I also want to know why Yggdrasil split the world in two.
Don't you think it was to protect the Great Seed? To protect Martel?
But because the worlds were pulled apart, that phase thing got shifted. And the Great Seed became unstable, right? And that's not really protecting her. That's more like putting her in danger.
Lloyd, you manage to say something intelligent every now and then. You're absolutely right.
Every now and then? Geez, that's harsh.
The who, why, and how. That's what we need to know.
Right now, all we know is who.